Ashley, you say that Helen is aggressive and nasty, but in fact you sit with Chris and people off. How do you explain that?
As for sitting with Chris and people off, the really main person I've only really off in the last few weeks is probably Helen, because I say she's nasty and aggressive. So I have my, maybe if someone will say something that'll annoy me and I'll just like pass a comment, oh it's really annoying, but like I wouldn't really anybody off, because as I've said, like in the diary room the last few days and last few weeks I'm actually really happy with who I'm left in the house. So really it's only Helen that I've really said them things about.
I think that seemed fairly honest. I think the viewers would like to hear that. I think that might be a question that might come up when you get outside, so I just think you handled that quite well. The best thing that any of you can do is just always just to be honest, and even if it is like you just have naming names, at least it's your honest opinion.
Yeah.
Ash, why do you think everyone has the same definition of fun as you? Don't you think that some viewers appreciate intelligent conversation?
Yeah, they might appreciate an intelligent conversation, but it's still not fun. It's just enjoyable. I think fun is just like having a laugh and doing something that you really like. I don't know. I like an intelligent conversation. It's just not. It's not fun, is it? And whoever wrote that question is a boring sod. I just don't think it's that much. It's not fun, it's just enjoyable.
I think with that question, they're just wanting to see that you're broad-minded enough to know that people do or might view you as being fun, but they also want to see you being in intellectual conversations as well, to show that you're an all-round person. Well, you don't know what the public see. They might and they might not see that. So when you are asked with a question like that, I think it's always just to give a balanced opinion on it and just say, yeah, I am a fun guy, but I do like to enjoy intellectual conversations as well. Always kind of give a balance, because you don't want to kind of ostracise a lot of the public with just being a certain type of character. It's good to be an all-round person.
100%.
And I would say before your press conference, have a cup of coffee.
Why?
Because you're like... Have a cup of coffee.
These droning, boring questions that I always get.
Chris, why do you favour Ashley as a friend more than Christopher, even though he stood up for you when no one else would?
I'm completely unaware that I do favour Ashley as a friend more than Christopher, so that's news to me. I presume that things have been played out that way, but in my head I absolutely don't. Whatsoever, and I'm fully aware that Christopher has stood up for me on more than one occasion in here, and I thanked him and I'm appreciative of it. Grateful really is the word, and love him more for it. I don't separate the two in my mind like that. I don't have favourites.
You've done this before. I thought that was great. It was short and sweet, punchy. You're very intelligent and clever, so you're very good with your words. You know the correct things to say. Yeah, I thought that was actually really good. It was just enough.
Yeah, cool. I'm inspired by that question. Does it seem like that?
Christopher, it's slightly long-winded at times, but honest. Helen, very honest. Christopher, I think the point that you made about the diary room is really, really good, just because sometimes you do have a bit of a different body language, so you explained that very, very well there. Pav, really good eye contact and very direct. Ash, a little bit lethargic, a little bit answering your questions, and Ashley as well, quite honest. So I think the housemates that are left, everyone seemed to be quite honest in their answers, and that's what people want to hear.
Yeah, with Christopher, I think you've done really well with the personal question. Obviously, that is a sensitive subject. I think you dealt with it very well. I think maybe just make it a wee bit more kind of concise and stick to the point, and obviously just watch. You don't want to overanalyse situations when you're in front of journalists, because they can pick up certain things, but I think you've done really well. Helen, obviously you gave an honest response. That's how you feel. I just think when you're handling certain questions, you should just have a bit more decorum when you're answering it, 'cause sometimes it can come off a bit too kind of offish, really, to be honest. Chris, I think you've done really well. I think you answered them really good. Pav, I think you dealt with it well. I think you gave clear, concise answers. You have good eye contact, and you know, you answer in a very kind of formal way, which people like, especially journalists. Ash, you gave again a very honest opinion, and yeah, I think maybe just kind of be a wee bit more upbeat, that interacts more with the viewers, and just be a wee bit more broad-minded to what everyone might want answers from you about your different characters. And Ashley, I think you've done great. I think you were very clear, very honest, and I think to, you know, have a bit of a tongue-in-cheek answer is really, really good, and I think that will help you.